Welcome back to the Mindful Model Maker. Now this is something a bit different that you don't see every day. This is a Hornby O-Gauge Loco which I purchased off eBay. No wheels, nothing on it. Then I managed to buy the bogies separate, and there was a guy on there at the time. Now I don't think he's on there anymore at the moment. He built the bit in the middle with the connecting rods on. It's got its own motor in there. I'm running it off of a 9-volt battery. On top you can see a bit of an unsightly control, but it is an IP engineering speed controller. So this is running. There's no connection to the track whatsoever of any power. It's just standalone track. I know it's not the right kind of track for this, but the idea is I wanted to take this down where I run my gauge 1 and my 16mm and see if I can get this to run round with a couple of coaches on, which would look quite nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the control on, and as you can see, it's running under its own power. I haven't got a reverse on it at the moment. I mean, you could just put a double pulse acting switch on it and that will give you that, but as you can see, that runs quite well. It's very difficult to do this at the moment with just one hand, but I haven't really got the setup for it. So I'll turn that up a bit and you can see that that is running. So I made like a plasticard cab for it. I'm going to take it apart now. I'll put her back on the track a bit so that you can just see she's sitting on the track. So when I take this off, you'll see what I've done. So this is all made out of foam ball plasticard. That slides in. I've actually put real coal in the bunker as well. And then there's your speed controller up in the cab. As I say, IP engineering is where I got that from. It's just a very simple. You could put a switch, and I've soldered it to a PP9 battery, which is what we would know in old money as the old transistor battery. Okay, I haven't got a connector, so I just soldered it straight on, but these are all snap connectors that I have put on there so I can disconnect it from the battery and everything else. So that's it really. What did the whole thing cost me? I can't think what the speed controller was. Probably around about 20. So I probably spent on this about £70 thereabouts. It's an old loco, probably doomed for the scrap heap, but yeah, I think it looks quite good. I would like what I did on the wheels. Believe it or not, I kind of cheated. I got an old wheel off of an O gauge and I laid it on top. I drew inside the spokes, and then all I did then was go round, paint a similar kind of colour as to what the loco is, and then just put the black bits to kind of make it look like, because the wheels you put on there are solid. I don't know if you can get the wheels off. It does slip a little bit at times, but I've managed to get it running quite well now by moving the motor. So it may be that it just wasn't engaged very well. But anyway, that's something different. So that's an old Hornby O-Gauge loco brought back to life, and it's not running 20 volts like it used to. It's at the moment running a 9-volt, and on the next outing I get to where there's some fixed O-Gauge track, I will take her for a run. I've got a couple of old coaches which I'll stick on there, and it'd just be lovely to see it running around with a couple of old coaches on. But anyway, hope you like that. It's just something else that I've built. I'm always building odd, strange bits, so there we are. But it's another way of getting something old and making it work. You know, you don't have to have the 20-volt setup. You can make these things run independent of power, so that it's onboard power. Yeah, I know it needs I think it's a double pole, double throw switch you could put in the circuit, and then when you flick it, it just puts the current through the opposite direction, which will give you reverse. But I haven't got that far yet because I didn't know how good it was going to run. But yeah, I think you can see that it does run quite well. I'll take her back to the beginning of the track and just turn the control again. see if it still works. And it's not working for some reason. Something has come adrift while I've moved it about, but anyway. But no. So it's probably a wire. Yeah, a wire's come off. So anyway, I will attend to that. But you have seen it working. So there we are. Thank you very much. Bye now.